Hey everybody, welcome back to Recalled Podcast. My name is Josh. I'm the vocalist of Recalled a Moment, and today's going to be a little bit different, considering it's the holidays where we are and we're getting ready for all the festivities. I didn't invite a band, but I did invite my wife as a guest today, because she has done so much work for Recalled a Moment. I thought maybe it would be time for you guys to actually meet her and her introduce herself and what she does for the band. So, Crystal.
Hi, I'm Crystal Copeland. I run the page called Blighted by Design. And I've been working closely with my husband Josh Copeland with Recall the Moment and his graphic designs and his videos.
Alrighty then. Like I said, it's not going to be a long one or, anything today. It's the holidays, man. We all got better things to do, but I still wanted to do the podcast, and I appreciate you coming out to the next room. I appreciate you getting on here. She was nervous before we started recording because she's never really been on camera before. But I appreciate you taking the time and coming to do this with me today.
No problem. Nervous. I'm shy, so.
Yeah, so, you've always been like that a little bit, but... so you've done a lot of the graphic design for Recall the Moment. You did actually, not just all of the video production for the music videos. So what got you into doing the graphic design and the music videos with us?
Well, I'm naturally just very creative, and I enjoy drawing. It started out with drawing, when I was younger, and now that I was always not wanting to do digital art, because I thought I was going to take over the world, but now AI has taken over the world, and everything is digital. So I like to draw with, paper and pen, but then I like to take those designs onto digital media and hand draw it there, but with AI, it kind of cuts out the middleman. I create stuff.
Has AI changed the landscape of graphics and the way people are doing things now in the arts?
Yes. A lot of people who are not artists are utilizing AI like Midjourney to create artwork. And then there's other artists like me who are using it to get creative inspiration and using it to be like a still life. Like I use it as a still life. I'll type in something like a tree that I can't find in my area, and then I'll hand draw the tree by looking at that picture and doing what I want with it.
Okay. Well, so you're saying that people that don't draw have a way to draw now.
Yes.
It's pretty much what it is.
Yes.
So is there any boundaries to entry now, like barrier to entries to get into doing that kind of stuff? Do you have to set up? I don't know. I know about AI and I understand a little bit of it, but I don't understand all of it. And realistically, you and I haven't really had a whole conversation on how do you get the images for the music videos? Is it a process, or is it just a website that you sign into and literally type whatever you want?
Well, there's a lot of different programs, but the one I use, because I think it's one of the better ones, is Midjourney. And you have to have a subscription. But for Midjourney, you'll type in your prompts and your parameters of what you want to see. So I'll type in what I want to see. And for your music videos, I was also, when I found the pictures I want, I would run it through Runway ML, which is a different software, but it's also AI generated, and it will create that image into a motion type of picture. So make a person walk, someone smile, just like a 3 to 8 second clip of animation.
And you take those and combine them.
Yes.
And that's what makes the video kind of happen.
Right.
So, but you're picking out what the prompts is what you call it, right?
Yes, it's called a prompt.
And that's just like a definition of what you want, like a description.
Yes, a prompt will be like, so you'll type in, I want a tree with green leaves, but red apples, the grass is brown. And then it'll spit out like 4 different images. You'll pick one that you like, and you can, from there, refine it to, well, I don't want the sky blue, I want the sky purple.
Okay. And does that influence anything that you're doing? Like, do you add additional stuff to it when it's done? Like change it in some way, or the color pattern, or I don't really know a whole lot about it. We don't talk about it all that often.
It really depends on what I'm doing with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll change it because I don't like how bright or vibrant it is, so I will go into Canva or one of my other photo editors and I will edit it down so it's either more saturated in color, or maybe I changed a hue to like a grayscale, or sometimes if it's good enough, I'll just like leave it alone.
Now, before AI, what would you have had to have done to get the same kind of an outcome?
I would hand draw it on a piece of paper because that's the easiest for me. From there, then I'd take a picture with my sketchbook or my tablet and upload it to my app Sketchbook, which I can hand draw the image, tracing it basically. Because I'm not good with digital art and drawing on my tablet, so I need an outline. And then from there, I would color it and shade it and then upload it to, I guess, Canva and create, like, it'd be more of a lyric video of 1 image or 2 images because it would take so much longer to make.
What's the time difference between what AI can do now versus the way that you just described it, where you're drawing out a bit of paper and then putting it in? Like, from start to finish, what do you think the time difference would be? How long do you think it would take you to do it just you, without AI?
Without AI, if I were to recreate Ridicule, you got like 5 more years.
Really?
Because it has so many frames. Like, I don't remember how many frames is in Ridicule, but it was at least, I'd say at
There's
least
a good handful.
At least 40.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to animate it on my own. I do not have the capabilities for a computer processor or anything to animate it, nor the knowledge.
And how long do you think it took you to get Ridicule to the point it is now?
I think it took me about a month and a half.
About a month and a half?
Month and a half, yeah.
Okay. Ridicule is a 4-minute song, and it took a month and a half to make this stuff. Which I kind of knew. You and I had, and I have it written down on a list here to talk about like our relationship and how working with the band and stuff together, but it's a 4-minute song, you know? And for me to write a 4-minute song is a lot like that too. It doesn't happen in 4 minutes. You know, you start off with a bit of guitar, or you move in to some vocals, or you'd make a drum pattern on something. And that's actually how Ridicule was made, is Justice, the guitarist of the band. He wrote the acoustic guitar on it and sent me the track, and he didn't think I would like it. I've explained this before on the podcast, but I don't know if she's ever listened to me tell that story or anything like that. And he had sent it to me. He didn't think I was going to do anything with it. And then I started putting electric guitars over top and kind of forming and shaping the song to where it is. And then we ended up meeting a producer, Eric Blackwhite, and he did his own adjustments too and kind of helped us kind of see it in a different light. And then it became what it is today. And he's featured on that song too, so you can go check that out. It's Ridicule. Should be on Spotify and definitely on YouTube. You did a video for the YouTube video. Yes. So it's a long process to make a song the way that it is. And then, you know, your side of it, once you got for the most part a completed version of the song. And I was just like, look, I don't want to be involved in this. I just want you to do what you do. So So I guess that kind of leans into the other part of the conversation, is us working together and making those decisions together for the band to get the video done. What would you say our relationship's been like throughout the course of working together between our home life and the band and doing the graphic design?
I'd say at times we're pretty busy working on our different projects, but my projects don't usually start until yours is done.
Right.
Yeah, like it's
Which
hard.
makes me impatient because I did a lot. That's really how it ends up going too. Is like I'm done, and I give it to you. I'm like, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is
Yep.
it done yet?
But you usually give me like a scratch track of like the idea of, and I'll come up with some kind of ideas, but I won't completely brainstorm until it's finished. So I know that all, the meaning behind the song is still intact.
Right. Your past experiences of doing art. I know you as, when we met, you were an art student in your school. And you were there because of art? Like, did you... I feel like that was the way that it worked out.
No, it was just in high school, and art was always a part of our curriculum.
Okay.
And I just really enjoyed it. I tried to always excel in art. I would draw like my half sister and her portraits, and one of them actually got me like a silver medal award. Just I enjoyed drawing and portraits and still lifes, just graphite, grayscale. I haven't picked up pen and paper in quite a while, but...
Is that because of the way that things are done now?
Yes. It takes a while to draw from scratch by hand.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I can go on Midjourney and get my image, and then I can photo edit it down and do whatever I want with it in a few seconds.
Right.
So there has been a few times where, like, there was a girl at my work who needed some images for her brother's boat business. So I would go on Midjourney. I'd get some ideas of what a tuna fish would look like. What does a sailboat look like? Get those, and then I would hand draw those on my tablet and then create it from there from scratch, which that only took maybe a week, which is still cutting down on time if I were to hand draw it and research on Google for images.
You do a lot of work for Recall at the Moment, obviously. Your name is on everything, alongside with the band and the other member, Justice. Is there something else you would like to pursue along the way of that? Is Recall at the Moment all you would like to work with? Like, are you looking for other clients? Or do you want to do more with other people? Are you just exclusively going to work with Recall the Moment,
I definitely want to work with you guys, Recall the Moment, for as long as possible.
Yeah.
But there will be downtimes to where I am open for more requests from other people, whether it be a logo, a banner, a music video, or just, they want a hand-drawn or a hand-painted picture, which I'm working on my Facebook and my Instagram currently to be able to get like updated stuff on there of what I can do and what I have done. It's a work in progress, but...
And you've officially picked a name for that now?
Yeah. For now.
What is it?
Blighted by Design.
Yeah, I knew that. I just wanted them to hear it again. The Blighted by Design, that is a relatively new thing for you.
Yes.
Yeah, like just a few days new to you.
Yeah, it took me like, I think 4 months to pick a name.
Yeah, there was a rather long list.
Yeah.
And there were a handful of names that you picked that you weren't able to use because they were either taken already or
yes,
they didn't sound right, or, So, I mean, like, I'm glad that you've gotten to pick a name finally. You have the Facebook going on.
Yes, I do.
Is there anything else, anywhere else
I have a Instagram, and I'm going to in the future make a TikTok connected to that, showing the process of like painting or drawing or whatever I'm in the moment doing.
And what kind of projects are you thinking on getting into?
Um,
More bands or companies or?
well, it'll probably be working for Recall the Moment for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But if any businesses or bands or anyone is interested, I am open for business to play around with some stuff.
Alrighty. Well, being as we are a couple, and we've been married for 12 years now, we seem to be able to work pretty well together. Is there any advice that you could give another couple that may help them in the future when they're kind of at it, going at it with each other about work stuff?
And just slow down, like don't stress about the little things. Always be there for one another.
Mm-hmm.
So try to support them the best that you can for whatever it is. Have them take a step back. Like for you, if you are in here for 8 hours working, I'll have you step out, eat some dinner, calm down, come back to it maybe tomorrow with fresh eyes. And you've done the same with me for my making the videos or drawing on my tablet. Put it down, sit down, take a rest.
Yeah, that does happen every now and then. I do kind of get lost in here. I mean, that's like it's what I do, So it's easy for me to get lost in writing a song or working with Blackway Productions, or just getting something done. Editing the podcast takes quite some time. Doing the shorts takes quite some time, and we got to get it done. So it is nice to be. And there have been a few times where like I'm just in here for hour upon hour, and you just drop a plate off on the side table that I've got in here, and just walk away and let me keep working. And then there's other times where you're like, look, it's time for bed, dude. So that's some pretty good advice. We're going to start cutting it short. Like I said, it's going to be a short and different one this year. This month. It is a holiday after all. Where would be the best place for people to find you if they were interested in getting a hold of you?
You can find me on Facebook by Blighted by Designs, and I'll have my email, my phone number. Or you can find me on Instagram under Blighted by Designs, which will also have a link that you can click that I'll send you right back to Facebook.
All right. And as for the Recall the Moment stuff, we do this podcast once a month. Hopefully you guys are keeping an eye on it and checking it out. And we also release a music video every couple of months, thanks to my wife and Eric Blackway for helping us do all the production. Until then, peace and love, y'all.
Bye-bye.